Welcome back to the session on corporate strategy. In the previous session, I spoke about internal assessment, the purpose of internal assessment. The very purpose of internal assessment talks about identifying the strength and weakness of the organization or company, the resources allocation for the different key departments based on the product or the services provided by the organization. We discussed on strategic alignment and benchmarking. Where are you now? Where do you want to go? And how do you reach there by filling up this gap? This was about the purposes of internal assessment, which we saw in the previous slide on identifying strength and weakness, resource allocation, strategic alignment and benchmarking. And also we had a glimpse of key components and steps involved in conducting an internal assessment. That's where in the previous session I spoke about resource allocation and core competency. In today's session, the remaining components of internal assessment will be seen along with importance of internal assessment. So the next component which we be seeing is value chain analysis. What is value chain analysis? About this in detail we will be seeing in the next coming session. Value chain has got two major components: primary activities, secondary activities. So examination of this primary and secondary or supporting activities that create value for its customers. So these includes inbound logistics, operations, outbound logistics, marketing and sales, and supportive services provided. So in the next coming sessions, there is a unique, there will be a session completely will be discussing about value chain analysis. So value chain analysis, that is we talk about is the chain of the activities. It's a broad spectrum which talks about primary activities of physical creation of the product, marketing and sales and service department, and transfer from the buyer and after sales service will be seeing in the primary activities. Supporting activities, the firm as a whole by providing infrastructure or inputs that allow the primary activities to take place on an ongoing basis. So that's in detail we'll be seeing. The next is the financial position of the company. Analysis of financial statement, journal entries, balance sheet, profit and loss account, debit and credit, positions of an thing, what is the income and outgoing expenses. We talk about various other finance related aspects or the components of accounting, like we talk what is the fixed assets, expenses incurred, variable cost which is incurring, contingency expenses. All this will be talking in terms of financial proper thing. For the company, if the company has to be financially sound or healthy, there your incomes should be better off, expenses should be minimized. Maximize your income, minimize your expenses or outgoing. So basically here we will see ratios, overall financial position we talk about, that's where financial performance in the later models we will be seeing. We will talk about current ratio, liquidity ratio, quick asset ratio, turnover ratio. There are so many ratios which each there is a standard set, whether it's above the standard or below the standard. If it is below the standard, what is the reason for below the standard? How the company can work out in making the financial balance and soundness of the organization. We'll be talking in the overall financial health. That talks about if a person is healthy means he is able to eat, talk, sleep, do the activities, regular routine work without any hindrances or disturbance. So physically and mentally can think. So that says the person is healthy. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. If you are balanced, a person is healthy. If the company financial position has to be healthy means all its, whatever we talk about, the ratios, profitability, liquidity and solvency, all this have to be in a line, in a standards. Whatever the required balancing has to be maintained. Next we talk about organization structure and culture. So review of the organization hierarchy, communication systems and corporate culture. This helps in understanding how effectively the organization operates and adapt to changes. Yes, nothing is permanent in this temporary world, we say. Even the companies, our sound, our healthy, how many are people, whatever, they may be having 1,000 acres of land, physical infrastructure, but change is constant. Technological advancements, maybe when the competitor has a better competitive advantage than the company, he or she should be in a position to come to traditional method to come to technological, from absolute technology to modifying the things or adapting the modern changes. As we teachers, where we were in chalk and talk technology, we were there in that traditional mode of teaching pedagogy. Today we have come to a digitalized world where there is no human interaction, but still content is delivered, concepts are delivered, and students are learning things at their convenient time and flexibility is there. That's the beauty about online education, beauty about digitalization. So one has to, initially when technological change in academics was seen drastically during pandemic situations 2020, COVID has taught us a lot to each and every individuals. So many companies which could not sustain the whatever the challenges the COVID situation had thrown them, they perished out of the market. Restaurants closed. Some of the manufacturing units closed in Bangalore. There's an article, please go back and see. Why they couldn't sustain? Because contingency backup plan, adapting to change and going with the situation. One has to learn. If not, downfall would be there for sure. So change, adapting to change is essential. Key components other related is product portfolio. When you visit a shop, you don't ask for a biscuit. Give me a pack of biscuit, you won't say. You see, it will give me a pack of, or good day biscuit. You may say I need a maybe nature, what is it, a diabetic biscuits. There is a specific brand name, specific product name, you ask for it. Similarly, in an organization also, analysis of the company's products and services. There are companies, there are certain products which may not be seen in the market, but still it's known by the product what it was. For example, Bajaj scooter. Today also we know Amara Bajaj means it's a scooter. Not much of production can you see it in the market, but still the very thought of Bajaj scooters comes to the mind, apart from other products whichever is there with it. So product, their life cycles, trending. Gone are the days where I remember I started my career using a two-wheeler called TVS Champ. Today, where is the TVS? They have come to Jupiter, other version of Ntorq. So many latest versions of TVS has come with the speed, pickup, mileage, accessibility, storage, and you have other features like sensor-based. Variety of features have had. Why? Because the demand, the consumer demands. Consumer no more wants a kick bike. Who wants a kick bike? Earlier it was like you have automobile like Royal Enfield engine, very heavy bike. You will have to kick and start. It is more than 150 cc, very hard to carry, drive it. And it's a manly vehicle. But today I've seen ladies also drive bikes because there is an auto, gear, everything is there, but you can have an auto start instead of kick. It is made very friendly, consumer friendly, not gender friendly. It is not only for one gender. Look at the way product. So changes, market position. No more it is seen only, what is it, for example, Fair and Lovely cream, which was seen only for a female. Later on, the company came out with Fair and Handsome for men. Look at the product portfolio. So, alignment with overall strategic goals. What is your goal? This may be just one product of a company, but in turn it adds to the value of the company. It adds to its long-term goals. It adds to its long-term vision. What is its vision? Where are we now? Where do you want to go? The company wants to go. It adds that incremental value. I wanted to say progress is big or small. If there is a progress, it is better instead of being a standstill, stagnated water, but it will get polluted over a period of time. No. Company has to step by step. But depending on the speed of the change the environment demands, company has to retune itself for the demanding environment. If a competitor is running in 1 kilometer at the 10 minutes, or he is completing 1 kilometer in a matter of 5 minutes, you should be in a position to cover it in matter of 4 minutes or 3 minutes. That should be your competitive advantage. Just an example. So that's what, about product portfolio, innovation and R&D. If you get time, just go back and see my session on entrepreneurship development. Innovation is one of the components in entrepreneurship. To encash the advantage or opportunity available in the market or environment, one have to be innovative. Innovative is not just the concept, but implementation of the concept for the benefit of the society and useful to the consumer. So innovation and R&D, evaluation of the company's innovation capabilities. Today most of the companies focus on R&D because that's where a new baby borns. Invention is something entirely new to the company. Innovation is an incremental advantage over the product which has already been invented. First time when telephone came, it was invention. Today we have seen mobile phones, it's an innovation. So innovation and R&D, capabilities, investments. Today lots investments, huge investments in being done in R&D. Healthcare sector, medical, pharmaceutical. Today no more people go as a, weekend holiday trip. No. Today people, weekends they go for a resort. They go for trekking. Sometime when you get time, just from Bangalore, in and around Bangalore, you may find an average of 50 resorts with different entertainments, games, outfield, infield. The concepts have, today it has changed. People see they work 5 days a week. Weekend they want to relax. For relaxation, they go for different fitness camps. They go for different resorts, relax, come back refreshed on Monday for work so that you are physically, mentally fit. That's how it has been seen. So innovation is not only in terms of products, in terms of the type of the service being provided, quick delivery of product, service, on time for service. So people will remember, customer will remember that. So development to sustain the competitiveness. That's what it talks about. So this was all about some of the key components of the internal assessment. In detail, there are slides in future. We'll be discussing other components of it also. So importance of internal assessment. As I told you, when you know where do you stand, it becomes easy for the organization to take key decisions. provide factual basis for strategic decisions and help align resources with strategic goals. Take competitive advantage. Where you stand, where your competitor stands, when you know, are you on par or are you above or below? When you know, you will be in a position to fill this gap or to overcome the gap in case if you have with your competitors as a company. So, identifying core competencies and unique strength that can leverage for competitive advantage. It can be in terms of product uniqueness, it can be in terms of your pricing strategy, it can be in terms of your promotional campaign, awareness created among the consumer, in terms of after sales service given, that is where value chain analysis we talk about, in terms of delivery on time. There are so many, customizing the product as per the customer's requirement. All the products need not be a mass production, they can be a batch production, they can be a customized product. Boutiques are there today, which gives us, there also a company maybe where they charge thousands of rupees for a customized apparel or a dress. So, there is a competitive advantage. So, identifying core competencies and unique strength, that is one of the importance of internal assessment. Resource optimization, utilization of available resources effectively. You try to pump in which thing? If there are 100 products, which products needs your focus, resources, pumping? Maybe there is one product. For example, if a mother has 100 children or a mother has some 4 children, she may pamper a child which is very healthy, normal. Mother may not give that much importance to the healthy child. It may give importance to the child which is weak, so that it needs some push, lifting up, so that also becomes equal to other 3 childs. Similarly, in an organization, healthy child will be, healthy product or healthy whichever the component can be given better resources, so that it gives a good profit or name for the organization. At the same time, if there is a weaker child or a weaker product which needs an attention, for that also proper nourishing of those product, promotional campaign or a thing, so that it also comes on par with your other products. So, helps in optimization the uses of resources and improving operational efficiency. Risk management, yes, identifying potential internal risk and weakness that need to be addressed to avoid strategic failures. Risk and return goes hand in hand. There is no risk, higher the risk, higher the return is also. Company people, they take, see today you have come out with a new R&D product. For example, we had, electronic cars. 2 decades back itself there was a, if I am not wrong, Reva electric cars. A small car had come into the market. Not much people were using, but today in another span of a decade, electric cars will be seen more in the market compared to diesel and petrol cars, because of the availability of supply and demand of the resources such as petroleum and diesel, which is getting replaced with electric cars. So, that is where strategic alignment, ensure that organization structure, culture and resources are aligned with strategic objectives. By systematically evaluating these internal forces, organization can gain a clear understanding of their current strategic positions and have an informed decision in the long run. So, these are the importance of internal assessments of thing which is very, very essential to be in line, strategic alignment in line with the strategic objective. We will come back shortly. Thank you.